Hey there guys, so today I have a fun little summary project for us to do. It's just a drawing project, so all you're gonna need is a pencil, paper, some crayons, and an eraser. So I want to talk to you guys about sketching. Now when we do a math problem and we're writing a math problem down, it's important to write lightly in case you make a mistake. So if I take 4 plus 4 and I'm writing really, really dark and I accidentally put the wrong answer, let's say I accidentally put 12. That's gonna be super hard to erase. So I can erase it. It might not erase all the way, and then when I go to put the correct answer on, it's kind of hard to read. So, and then, like, especially if you're in class, you might get the answer wrong because we can't read it. So if I were to write lightly and put down the wrong answer, I can erase it. And it looks like the paper is blank. So then when I write the correct answer, we're good to go. So it's the same thing with drawing. And when you're drawing, you're really just sketching and you are brushing the paper lightly. Just kind of back and forth, just like when you're coloring with a crayon, you know how when you color kind of light and just fill it in lightly, and then sometimes you go back in and make it darker. Same with drawing. So that's what we're going to do today. And also, like when I draw 3D objects, because we're going to make this look kind of, not completely 3D, but a little bit. So when I draw a square and I want to make it into a box, sometimes I don't want to see all these extra lines on the box, because right now it looks a little see-through. It's transparent, kind of like glass. But sometimes I just want it to look like a solid cube. So when I draw, I need to draw lightly, just brushing my paper. So that way I still get the shape, but then when you draw, you also want to take, we'll take this one. You take your marker or your crayon, a dark crayon, and you outline the lines you want. But then I'm going to go in and I'm going to erase these pencil marks, because now since I've had this all outlined and I've drawn until I have it just the way I want it, now I can go back in with my eraser and erase these lines that I don't need. And now you have a solid cube. So that is the lesson for today. I also want to talk to you about positive versus negative space. Now, for example, we're going to take this drawing of these apples. And Mr. Doug drew this. He utilized the majority of the space on this paper. When you take blank paper and you add something to it, you're creating positive space. So our apples are positive space. Now, here's the trick. When you add your apples, you add a plate, and then you add a background, like this has a tablecloth to it, your tablecloth becomes the negative space because it's in the back. Your apples are in the very front, so that's your positive space. So that is the difference. Now, if we were just to look at this picture, the heart is our positive space and everything behind it is the negative space, and vice versa. So today we are going to draw our root beer float, and we're going to have to erase some lines. So we're going to draw large, and we are also going to outline with a black crayon or a marker before we color it. So first thing we need to do is we need to come towards the top of our paper, leave a little bit of space, maybe leave like three fingers worth, just like this. And you are going to draw a really wide oval. So from here, you can barely see my pencil lines, and that's the whole point. But if you look at it closely, you can see that I've left about from my the tip of my finger to my knuckle here, and almost the same over here. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, that's perfectly fine. But leave some space up here because we need to add ice cream scoops and a straw. Now, your next step is you're gonna go to both sides of the top of your cup. Both sides of the top of your cup, and you are going to come down, scoop it in a little bit. You can leave some blank space, just like this. So as you can see, I actually left some blank space. I didn't connect them all the way. Once you've done that, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna make a little reservoir, because when we have cups, especially our root beer mugs, there's a little space on the bottom that is not empty. It's filled in, and that's where it stands. So, but then our reservoir is what actually holds all of our liquid. So I'm just gonna make a little line, little curvy line that goes all the way across, just like this. So that is the base of our cup. So of course, we need to draw a handle. So you're just gonna draw one big long handle, and then do the outside and then the inside portion. Okay. So now's where we're gonna start adding all of our details. We have the base of our picture, and we're gonna go into our cup, and we are gonna start on this line right here at the bottom. This is the front of your mug, this is the back of your mug. And we are gonna draw some little clouds, because this is our ice cream, and you can even draw it kind of coming out of your cup a little bit, and just like that. You can add another little part right here if you want to. In my ice cream, I'm gonna give it a small smile, just like this, just like this. And then I'm gonna add a straw coming out of that smile. The top of my straw is going to be curved a little bit, just like that smile is, because I'm going to make this also look a little bit more like it's 3D, and I'm just going to make that into an oval also. So here's my oval, here's my straight lines, so now it looks like I have a cylinder.
Mr. Davis?
Last part. Our last two parts. I'm gonna add some ice cream down here, like I accidentally dumped down on. And I'm gonna draw over the front, right here with my ice cream. Just another little cloud. It can look a little bit more melty, but now you can see I have part of my cup is overlapping with my ice cream scoop. Now, I don't know about you, but I really like the root beer floats. And I love it when they put extra ice cream and it's kind of coming off the edges a little bit. So I'm gonna add some little drippies coming down the side that has my ice cream in it. Just like that. It might not go all the way across, but you get the idea. Kind of like when you drizzle chocolate on a donut. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna add the root beer. So you're gonna come down to about right here, and you're gonna draw a little line going across, And then I'm also gonna draw some bubbles in my root beer because root beer has a lot of carbonation. And that's why it takes so long when you pour root beer for it to kind of settle so that you can add more to your cup. Because if you just pour it straight in, you get all that foam at the top of it. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this line right here from the back of my cup, and where it's overlapping, I'm gonna erase it. So I'm gonna erase this part right here, and clean up that ice cream scoop a little bit, and I'm gonna erase it from the middle of my straw as well. So as you can see, I've erased this line, and now it just looks like one big lump of ice cream just kind of sitting in there. And then I'm gonna do the same down here, and I'm gonna erase this line and this line. So there we go. So now you can see I have my little drop of ice cream, big dollop of ice cream sitting in front of my cup. You can't see the ice cream, so we wouldn't be able to see the other part of the cup. And then this isn't transparent either, so we wouldn't be able to see the back of the cup. We wanted to make the ice cream look like it's sitting in the cup. So go ahead and you are going to decorate your straw however you want. You can put stripes on it. And I'm also gonna give myself a table and a wall because our ice cream float doesn't float in the air. All right, so I'm just gonna draw a line here from the side of my paper to my cup. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other side, just like this. And now you're gonna color it. You can give yourself some wallpaper background and a tablecloth. Root beer, I've been asked a lot of questions. Root beer is kind of like a golden brown, kind of like a honey color. So down here will be your root beer. Up here is all your foam from your ice cream and your cup. So go ahead and color it. I can't wait to see what you created. And I'll see you next time. Bye.